Hello, welcome to my videos on my blog. In this time, I'm going to talk about the MLB Standings Week 24, where this week was played the Week 24 on MLB 2024 regular season, and tomorrow will start the Week 25. Remember that there is just 3 more weeks of games of the regular season, and the next month is going to start the playoffs. So in this video, like the last 23 videos, I'm going to talk about who are the MLB standings are in the American and National League. So let's start with the American League with the East Division, where the Yankees are still leading this division. They have a record of 82-61, and the Yankees in this moment they are leading the American League with the best record. They have a 0.5 game advantage against the second place, the Baltimore Orioles. That in this moment the Baltimore Orioles are the best wild card in the American League. So this is the third straight week that the Yankees are leading the division, but the important is that the Yankees finish as a leader of the division and win it. So everything is going to be fun, and between these two teams, it will be the team that is going to be the champion of this division. The Boston and the Tampa Bay Rays are still there in the hunt to enter to the playoffs, but in this moment they are so far for the last team in the wild card of the wild card spot. That in this moment are the Minnesota Twins. In this moment they are 4 and 5 game behind the Minnesota Twins. It looks difficult, but not impossible. In the Central Division, the Cleveland Guardians are still in this division. They have a record 81-62. In this moment, they are the second set in the American League, and they have a 2.5 game advantage against the Kansas City Royals. So this is great, because remember that the Cleveland Warriors have been leading this division since the May or June, and in the last month or 2 months ago they have more than 7 game advantage, but this time the Kansas City Royals reduced that gap. And be careful, because if the Clevelands have a bad week the next week, and the Kansas City Royals had a great week, they can be the things can change. In this moment, the Kansas City Royals and the Minnesota Twins are in the hunt to win the division. They try to hunt the Cleveland Guardians and win the division, but in this moment, the Kansas City and the Minnesota are the second and third wild card spot. So in this moment, they are in. The Detroit Tigers are in the hunt to enter to the playoffs. In this moment, they are 3.5 game behind the Minnesota Twins. So this is very great. And in this moment, the Chicago White Sox are the worst team in the league. They have the worst record, 33-111. And in the last division of the American League, in the West Division, the Houston Astros are leading the division with a record of 77-66. They have 4.5 game advantage against the Seattle Mariners, and 7.5 game advantage against the Texas Rangers. The most probably in this division, the only team is going to qualify will be the teams that win this division. So it's very important, if the Seattle and the Texas want to qualify to the playoffs, they need to win this division. But in this moment, it looks difficult more for the reigning champion team, the Texas, because they are 7.5 advantage behind disadvantage against the Houston Astros, and there is just less than 20 games to play. And the Seattle Mariners, they need to keep winning more games and to try to reach the Houston Astros, but in this moment it looks difficult. And the Oakland Athletics and Los Angeles Angels are eliminated. In the East Division, the Philadelphia Phillies have a record of 87-58. They have in this moment the second record in the league, and the second record in the National League. They have an easy lead against the Atlanta Braves and the New York Mets. They have 7 game advantage against both of these two teams, and in this moment the Braves and the Mets are in the playoffs as a second and third wild card team spot respectively. And this is very great, because it's very important that yes. In this moment, that the Braves and the Mets are tied in the tier as a tier spot in the wild card, as a wild card number 3 spot. So remember that there is just one spot. So any of these two teams that win, that finish in the second place, is going to qualify to the playoffs. and the Washington National and the Marlins are eliminated. In the Central Division, the Milwaukee Brewers have an easy league. They have a record 82-61. In this moment, they have the tier best record in the National League, and they have an easy lead against the second place against the Chicago Cubs, and the third place the San Luis Cardinals with 10 game advantage. So the Milwaukee Brewers are going to win this division, and they are going to win the Central Division. So in this moment, the Chicago Cubs are in the hunt to enter to the playoffs alongside the San Luis Cardinals. In this moment, the Chicago are 5 and the Seattle San Luis Cardinals are 6 games behind the last spot of the wild card, the New York Mets. So these two teams need to keep winning games to try to enter to the playoffs. So it looks difficult, but not impossible. And the Cincinnati Reds and the Pittsburgh Pirates are eliminated. And the last division of the MLB, Los Angeles Dodgers have the best record in this moment in the National League and in the MLB with the record the 86-57. In this moment, how I told you, they are the best team in the league. They have 6 and 6.5 game advantage against the Padres and against the Diamondbacks. In this moment, the Padres and the Diamondbacks are the two best teams respectively as a wild card teams. So these two teams, the Dodgers, Padres, and Diamondbacks, are qualified to the playoffs. The Giants and the Rockies are eliminated, so everything can happen. It looks that the Dodgers are going to win the division because there is less than 20 games played, and they have 6 game advantage against the other two teams. But anything can happen. So, who are the standings? How I tell you a few seconds ago in the American leagues, the teams that will qualify direct to the playoffs in this moment will be, or the standings will be the New York Guardians, the Yankees, the Guardians, and the Astros. In this moment, I told you, the Yankees have the best record, the second best record are the Guardians, and the third one are the Astros. In the wildcard spot, in this moment, the Orioles, Royals, and Twins have the 3-2 spots. You can see here that the Twins have an advantage of 3.5 games and 4 games against the Tigers, Mariners, and Red Sox. So everything can happen. The most probably is that the Baltimore Orioles are going to qualify. So do the Kansas City Royals. And in my opinion, I think that there is just one spot to fight. That in my opinion will be between the Twins, Tigers, Mariners, Red Sox, and maybe the Rays. And in the National Division, these three teams have the record in this moment: the Dodgers, the Phillies, and the Brewers. These three teams have are leading their division. And the Dodgers, how I told you a few seconds ago, they are leading the MLB with the best record. In the wild card spot, the Padres, the Diamondbacks, the Braves, and the Mets in this moment are in. You can see here that the Padres and the Diamondbacks have I see leading, and the Braves and the Mets are tied in the tier position in the wild card spot. I don't know what is going to happen in here. If these two teams finish tied, I think that they are going to play the 165 games to decide who is going to play, who is going to get the wild card number 3 spot. And you can see here that the Braves and the Mets have an easy lead in this moment because they have 5 games and 6 game advantage against the Cubs and the Cardinals. So, in my opinion, I think that until this moment, I think that the two wild card spots they are covered, and we have one spot free to the side. That will be the wild card number 3. That, in my opinion, will be between the Braves and the Mets. In this moment, the Cubs, the Cardinals, and the Giants are very behind these two teams, but anything can happen. So, in this video, I talk about how are the MLB standings are through our 24 weeks of games, and how are and how is the race to enter to the playoffs. This is all for tonight. See you next video. G-Man.